Innovation for me is the application of better solutions for new requirements.
For us, it's probably the key differentiator between ourselves and our competitors. So when our customers, who are typically telecom service providers, come to us, they're typically looking for something that a lot of our competitors can't do, or for us to do something that they do in a better way.
It's fundamental to my business. As a matter of fact, that is the hallmark of what I'm trying to accomplish, is to strike a new service provider model using a completely new set of frequencies that have recently been opened up by the FCC. One of the co-panel members, right, is going to be Google, and it's, I share their vision in trying to drive new technologies to deliver broadband into areas that are very remote. And so they're utilizing, Google and Microsoft as well, are utilizing these frequencies in Africa, as an example, to deliver broadband to the South African communities that don't have broadband, the Kenyan communities that don't have broadband, and to think about how that could transform a third world nation, having access to the internet, being able to communicate in the same way that you and I do here in the urban areas, is pretty exciting.
I think the biggest thing that competition does is it challenges, challenges people. So in our world, we always try to have something that's a little better, a little different than our competitors. Now, oftentimes, our customers tend to drive us toward innovation as well, but the thing that really makes innovation have to happen is the fact that you want to retain your place in the market. So competition is a big driver for it. It's really kind of two vectors. One is around doing the same things for less money, and the other vector is around doing new things altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the best example for me is going back to the dense wave division multiplexing. XO was, I'll say, a late entrant into long-haul wavelength services. But when we came in, the technology, which had historically been predominantly very, very analog, when it became disruptive with the new evolution of integrated circuits and photonic integrated circuits, it really disrupted the ability for not only price points but delivery. It simplified the operation, and it took the cost per bit, if you will, way down to the point of being disruptive. So as we came into the marketplace, again, I would say very late, we were able to come in a very disruptive way and capture a big share of the U.S. long-haul market.
I think it's a timely topic because in telecom right now there are a number of big sea changes happening. First you're seeing a lot of differences in how people use networks today and how people expect the networks to behave. You're seeing things like IT virtualization, cloud computing, the emergence of mobile broadband in the last few years really begin to change what people expect out of networks. And the only way that service providers and equipment providers like ourselves are going to be able to deal with that is through innovation. In order to meet those expectations, that's going to require innovation. And it also helps move the user experience to the next level. A lot of our customers are looking for ways to differentiate amongst their customer base what they're doing. And if we can provide them with a superior user experience, that's always a very valuable thing.
There's an aspect to what's taken place over the last 10 years with the internet that has been transformative, and that adoption of the internet and the proliferation of the application of the internet in everybody's daily life has required us to think about the infrastructure that it rides off of in a much different way.
It certainly is timely. I mean, just look around. Who would have thought that, for example, a company like Netflix, or even kind of now look at the continued momentum and growth of Google. Those companies under themselves exist because of the technology and the innovation, if you will, within those companies, but equally, innovation, I would say from the standpoint of service providers, would Netflix exist if the cost per bit to transmit video streams over the internet wasn't at the levels it is today? going back to my earlier example of dense wave division multiplexing, cheaper wavelengths equal the ability to push more and more high bandwidth type services in that case. So it's certainly an exciting time. There's lots of discussion about the cloud and the desire and the need to virtualize capabilities, move it from data centers, private data centers, into more public domains, and move things from enterprise premise into the network. That can only happen with continued innovation, and certainly building on what's been put in place. So it's a great cycle. It's probably more vibrant than any of the other technology cycles that I've witnessed in the space. So it's a great time for the panel.